So welcome to this video. It's currently Tuesday the 9th of June today, and I'm currently just in the one trade which is live. No idea when I did that, but currently just in the one trade which is Aussie dollar short. It's currently running around about 3.5% profit with only a small amount of profit locked in at this stage, but I'm going to look to manage that today. I'm going to walk you through that process and my current thinking behind that too, so it's going to be good. I think the reason I did that is because I did miss out on two trades, so I think that's why I did that. So I missed out on Euro Yen. So last night, it was in the early hours of the morning, so I'm not too fussed. Basically for Aussie dollar, I woke up at 2 AM. So it was a high props trade. I'm happy to do that a couple of times a month if the opportunity presents itself, because it is what it is. I want to capitalize, right? So I woke up on the hourly close of 1 AM, 2 AM, took the trade, which is currently running nicely. The hour before, I did miss a trade on Euro Yen, which was a little bit unfortunate. It is what it is, but it's just part of the game too. Now, yesterday I did miss a trade on dollar yen too. So once again, it's a little bit of a kick in the teeth, but this is trading. This is what trading is all about. It's all about that refinement process over time. But yeah, on the upside, Aussie dollar's running nicely, running a healthy profit. So I'm just going to see how that develops, and I'm going to walk you through that entire thought process a bit later on too. So hopefully you can hear the video. By the way, this guy's trying to mess up my video. What are you doing? Anyway, but yeah, we'll run through the rest of the video. I want to show you the structure that I put in place right now. It's super fascinating to me how he's really trying to mess up my video. It's super fascinating how, to me, things evolve over time. So in the videos that I did a while back, 2-3 years ago, only 2 years ago, my routines, some of the foundations are still in place, but a lot of things have actually equally changed and more optimized and more efficient. So that to me is super interesting, especially in 5 years' time when I've actually achieved a lot more, and kind of look back on that and see the process unfolding. So that's going to be really good. But for right now, let's get on with the day, and I'll talk you through it as we go through too. So let's get into that right now. So just to give you an insight into the trade I'm currently in right now, which I mentioned before, is Aussie dollar. So this is Aussie dollar on the chart. As we can see, we've got this reversal structure. I got in from the top here, so this was on the hourly close of 1 AM in the morning. So happy with that. It's currently running, as I said before, it's just pulled back just a little bit. It's currently running about 3.2 right now, with only a small amount of profit locked in, as you can see here. So really I'm waiting for more development to lock in more profit, because it's so easy to lock in profit, be too aggressive, and then price tag you out and continue dropping in the direction that you know anticipated in the first place. So I'm not looking to lock in any profit at this stage. I'm just going to wait for more development here over the next coming hours, which may develop today, likely today, and then we'll get a bit more development. I can lock in their profit and then be running a lot more healthier. I'm actually looking for a scaling in this area, so if we do get more development, I'll be considering a scaling for sure, because I've got the risk off the table. Now, just one thing to mention, I don't take a scaling position unless I have zero risk on the table. So this one has got zero risk on the table. It's actually running a profit, with profit locked in. So that enables me to then get involved in scaling should that develop over the next 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. So that's going to be interesting. And then the positions that I did miss, like I said before, was Euro Yen. So this was this position here, that correction. So I missed out on that one, which was the early hours of the morning. It is what it is. But something to learn from. So I'm gonna dig into some journaling in a bit. And then the position on dollar yen was this one here, this correction here. So I missed out on that one too before the massive drop, but it is what it is. It's a part of the game, and it is a little bit frustrating, especially for the first few minutes when you see the trade go without you, which is the emotional side of trading. But at the same time, it's good to kind of learn from that. It's good to go forward with that, but yeah, as a whole, Aussie dollar, just wait for this to develop a little bit more. Ideally, really, the first target for me will be down this area here. So this area here at the bottom of this channel. If we do break below, I'm not going to limit myself to, close the trade early or something like that. I'm going to wait for more development, and wait for price to see how it develops. But ideally, if we get a correction over the next coming hours, for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, I'll be looking to short that if that opportunity presents itself. But for right now, just going to manage the one trade and see how that develops for the rest of the day. So usually mid-morning what I'll have is this thing called, it's called Trilogy. So this is Trilogy by Symbiotica Pure Black, and basically it comes in a resin form. So it comes in a resin. It's quite hard to kind of dig in with your spoon, but you just literally get a pea-sized bit on your spoon, you put it in the warm water, and I mix it with a bit of honey, and then basically this helps me with focus. So for those of you who like different benefits and stuff, I'll put it on the screen for you to kind of see now. But for me, the biggest difference I've noticed is focus, which obviously has a big impact on trading, and I'm really digging into things like backtesting lately. So this obviously makes sense to kind of, you know, optimize further and really just dig into. So as you can see, doesn't look too nice, doesn't taste too nice, but with honey, it's definitely a big difference. So this is a Shilajit by Pure Black and Symbiotica. So definitely check that out if you haven't already, and then we'll get back to backtesting. So we are done with that. So it's currently around about, what time is it now? 11:45. So it's taken a little bit of while. So it's taken a little bit of time, like doing a few different things, but about to get to backtesting. Usually I do get into this a little bit earlier, but we're going to get into that right now. But I thought it'd be a great idea to show you what data I'm collecting in terms of backtesting, because as you know, if you watched my video 2 videos ago, I think, I've recently gone independent for myself, so that means I'm going to be looking to improve, refine my trade even more, you know, iron out those little things that are holding me back to then get to that next level right now. So that's what I'm currently working through. So I wanted to show you what data I'm collecting to kind of do that, and what things I'm kind of working on behind the scenes. So that's going to be good, but let's get into the spreadsheet right now and I'll show you. So this is some data from yesterday, I believe. So I was doing Euro Yen yesterday, the entire 2019, just to kind of go through it, see the data for myself, see the confluence, and just really just refine what I'm doing right now and just improve really. So just started backtesting. This is the 4th pair I've done so far over the last couple of days, over the last few days. So yeah, this is 2019. I'm about to do 2018 as well on a few pairs after I've done a couple of pairs too. But this is the data that I'm collecting right now. So I've got a spreadsheet here. So this is the pair, got the direction obviously, the entry date, the exit date, the day of the week, and the time of day. So this is something that I didn't track before. However, it helps you refine certain things. So for example, if I take a trade on a Monday at 2 a.m, sometimes I'm going to be asleep at that time, but it's good to see that data, right? If I take a loss on that day and then I see the same pattern over and over again on a Monday, and you can see another loss on a Monday. So that might be a thing in the future that I look to refine and be like, okay, well, maybe I need to be a bit more conservative on a Monday, stop taking trades if they're not high quality, and just refine that. And that could be the difference between, you know, taking 1 loss and taking 3 losses here and there. So it makes a big difference. And in terms of actually on the aggressive side of things, on the other side, how can I maximize profits a little bit more? How can I maximize my returns? How can I milk my way out of a different trade when I'm in that? How can I scale in more? How can I do all these different things to kind of refine it a little bit more so that I make the most of that opportunity? So that's what I'm currently going through. Day of the week, time of day, risking 1% as always, stop loss in pips. So you can see this varies, but equally it's between, I would say, 15 pips and an average of 30 pips. So that kind of wide range is suited to Euro Yen quite nicely over the last year. The open and closed price, is there any broker fees or commissions? Usually there is, but within backtesting I'm just going to leave that out. And as you can see here, so we've got the outcomes. So we've got outcome, loss, 1% loss, and then you've got results, win, 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 loss, break even, win, loss, loss, break even, win. This is the thing as well, you never know the sequence. So you could have 4 wins in a row, followed by 2 losses, or 1 loss in this instance, 2 break evens, 1 win. If you just focus on that bit of data there, it almost seems negative. But then at the same time, if you spread that over the course of the wide data, suddenly it makes a lot more sense because you have a lot more data to work with. So that's super important. And yeah, if we just look at the rolling return as well, rolling balance, don't pay attention to balances too much. That's not an accurate balance. This is just something that I put in place for backtesting. In terms of what have we got? So we've got entry type, then we've got grade of setup. So was this high prob, invalid or valid? Was this a watch list or a wildcard pair? First entry, highlighted go-to setups, and then screenshots. So if we just take a look at a couple of screenshots as well, let's just take a look at this. So if you can see this, move the camera around a little bit so you can see that. What have we got here? So we've got this bigger double top, got an entry there, and then this one played out, I believe, as a win. So it's just good seeing that data and just refine it based on your style too. But then equally, just be transparent and let's show a loss as well. So this was a trade that I must have lost on. So if we just take a look at this as well, yeah, took a loss on that. So equally you see the win and the loss, but it's good to just track that data. So that was Euro Yen that I did the other day. I'm going to do dollar CAD today and really go through that, and it's going to be good to kind of see that data over time, and I'll show you what I kind of see through that as well. So I've just finished up with the first 6 months of data on USD CAD, so I'm about to take a break and just go make some potions to get my focus back up again for the next one. But yeah, Aussie dollar is, I'm not sure if you can see that, my camera's the wrong way around, but Aussie dollar has pulled back a little bit. I'll give you an update in a minute too on the actual phone so you can see it. But yeah, so I finished up with the first 6 months of data backtesting. To be honest, the last week or so since I stepped down from Falcon, it's just been pure backtesting, a lot more focus, a lot more flow state, and I'm super grateful. So really want to level up, really want to put some solid work in now, and just really level up. I put a lot of work into this, put a lot of work into my trading, sacrificed a lot, and it's time for everything this year to come into fruition. So looking forward to that. But yeah, let me talk you through the data on backtesting USD CAD, and then we'll go from there. So if we just check out dollar CAD, so I've been tracking data from the first half of 2019 on this, and we got some pretty interesting findings. So I still have to fill out a couple little blanks here, so I'm not fully finished, which I'll get into in a little bit too. But at the same time, I've got the majority of data. So this ranges from the 1st of January right down to the end of May. So didn't take any trades in June, but you can see the overall spectrum of that, which is perfect. And then what do we have? So we have day of the week. So pretty raw scale. It's going to be interesting to fill out the rest of the data to see if there are any patterns. For example, do I take a common amount of losses on a Monday? And it's important to figure that stuff out. The time of day as well. I've noticed in Q1 I took quite the most amount of losses for me came when the volatility was the lowest. For example, 4, 5, 6 p.m. Those times where the market is settling down, but then it provides a setup, but then that's where I would take the most losses. So it's important to have that data so you can actually dig into yourself. If you don't, then it's just a blind, you're just leading the blind. So it's pretty important. In terms of outcome, you can see win-win, loss, loss, win-win, win-win, loss. If you were just to focus on this part here and be like, okay, well I'm 1% down, but then you broad that out over the course of a different spectrum of data over the course of 6 months, then it starts to play out. You see the data play out. So it's pretty interesting. In terms of screenshots, let me just show you a few in terms of how I'm doing that. So I have a full video on this, by the way, in terms of how I do backtesting, but if you haven't seen that, definitely check that out. But yeah, in terms of this, we've got 3-touch reversal at the outer structure, taking that trade, and then how did that play out? Perfect, moved to the downside, took profit there, which is nice. And then in terms of other trades, let's just pick a random one here. Let's have a look at this one. Cool, so this was the first one I flagged. This was actually in dollar CAD. I already remember this one in live markets, and then that played out as well, which was nice. But it's gonna, you never know which ones are gonna be wins, losses, break evens. Obviously it ranges on how high quality the setup is, but at the same time, it's a probability model at the end of the day, so you can never predict this stuff. But yeah, interesting findings from USD CAD. I'm about to just go and focus up a bit, have a bit of a break, and then get back to it. So I'm just having a quick break from the charts and backtesting. So while I'm at it, I just wanted to show you the supplements I'm taking right now, because I'm just about to take these. So I don't take these all at once, obviously. I take them different times throughout the day. Some I don't even take every day. So for example, this silver, this is coated silver. I don't take that every day, just like once or twice a week. Everything else I pretty much take every day. So what I usually take in the mornings is D3 and K2. So this is like the sunshine vitamin pretty much. There's so many benefits to this, but I don't want to like bore you with that. I'll be taking that plus the B12 plus the omega. So the two that enhance focus for me is the omega, which is good. It essentially gives me mental clarity, and then this one too. So this is Golden Mind. It has different ingredients in it, like lion's mane, kind of different stuff. It's kind of it's like biohacking, but it's like little things that you can put in place to kind of optimize it further. So I'm gonna be taking these 4 now, and I'll take the Nexus later on, which is CBD. So I'll be taking that, and then that before I go to bed. So that'll be in the next video. But yeah, just about to take them, and then I'll get back to the charts in a little bit too. Aussie dollar hasn't really moved too much at this point, so I'll show you on the screen in a minute as well, in terms of that. But in terms of the supplements, so that's the supplements that I take. I've been quite recent, like 30 to 40 days I've been taking them. Feel better, but like anything, it's like small little differences. So you can't buy anything, you can't test anything with the mindset that it's going to fix all, because it's just not how it works. Same with the red light kit upstairs, like it doesn't fix all, it's like a small difference to kind of optimize performance a little bit more. So that's what I kind of do, but this is another thing as well, so I'm not going to rant on, but this is a bulletproof coffee. So I've been testing this out. So that's basically coffee, grass-fed butter, plus MCT oil. So mixing fats with coffee stops the crash that you have with coffee. So it allows me to kind of maintain that focus, because I kind of have a prime where throughout the morning I'm fine, my focus is, I don't really need to optimize with certain things, but as I get towards dinner and early afternoon, that's when my focus just dies off just a little bit. So that's where I tend to take a little bit of a break, go for a walk or something, which I'll do a little bit later on, and just put things in place like supplements, healthy, natural supplements. I'm not going to get anything out of pharmaceuticals or any supermarket. Like, these are online based natural supplements from good parts of the world, and then plus that as well. So yeah, but let me show you on the phone, Aussie dollar. I'm just going to have a look at the charts actually. Anything else? No, there's a couple that need a bit more development, but Aussie dollar is the only one that I'm in right now. But yeah, I'm going to get into backtesting more, show you that, and then we'll get into more work blocks. So at this stage in time, this is Aussie dollar. So we can see, if we look at the white dotted line, that's my entry point, which was around 2 a.m. just after last night. And then the red line is where I've trailed my stop loss to. So as you can see, it's in a selling environment, and it's just before the entry point, which means that if you're new to trading, it means that I basically trailed my stop so that I've locked in a small bit of profit, which I outlined before. But at this stage, as you can see, over the last few hours, prices just start to retrace. So I'm just going to see how that develops before creating my next move. But at this stage, just being patient, let it develop, let price action unfold, and then I'll make my next move based on that. So it's now 2 p.m. I've finished up with the backtesting and a few other things. So I had to move a few funds around and do a few things on the back end in terms of trading wise. But apart from that, I'm going to be going for a walk soon. I'm going to grab some food because I haven't even eaten today yet. So I'm going to make an omelette or something like that. And then I'm going to go for a walk, come back refreshed, and then get into a few more work blocks that I've got to get done. So that's going to be good. What else have we got? Yeah, I'm going to do some ASR and then probably some more backtesting later on. But for right now, just going to take a break from the charts, from the screen. It's very important to do that, by the way. Just a quick thing about myself. When I first went full-time working a 9 to 5 to then part-time working, I always felt the need to be on the charts 24/7, but you just don't. You need to be on the charts, don't get me wrong, you need to put the hours in, you need to be on alert and on guard for trades developing. But at the same time, when things aren't developing it, or when you're currently managing a trade, when you don't need to be at the charts, you don't need to be at the charts. Put in the work, put in the hours, but equally when you need to refresh and take a break, just don't be afraid of taking a break. I always felt guilty for kind of going on a walk or having a break when I felt like I needed to be on the charts and working. It's that 9 to 5 employee mentality. Like you need to be in peak performance, and to be in peak performance, you can't be doing something all day long without breaks and keeping food intake and stuff like that. So it's super important. But yeah, there's a few trades developing. NAS 100 is looking good. That may develop today or tomorrow, and then just keep my eyes on Aussie dollar. So fast forward is currently around about 4 p.m. Check this. Crazy, right? Crazy view. But yeah, super important to kind of keep refreshed. It's so easy to burn yourself out on the charts, especially when you are on the charts waiting for trades or managing trades. Having that break midday is key. If I didn't, I'd go insane. Pretty much. It's good to either hit the gym, some exercise, go for a walk, just do something different instead of being stared at charts, because you can't operate. Oh, cows come to visit. Anyway, you can't operate at peak performance without burning out over that long period of time. So it's good to kind of have a break, do something different, and then get back to it. So that's pretty key. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. I'm pretty much just gonna be doing the same when I get back, so don't think there's any point in showing you that. The only thing that's gonna be different, take a look at him. He's come to visit. What's going on, man? Anyway, yeah, it's pretty much just gonna be doing the exact same thing. NAS 100 is developing an Aussie dollar for potential scaling in the next few hours. So those are the trades that I'm just gonna be watching, monitoring, and then potentially taking. So yeah, it's just pretty much gonna be the same when I get back. So no point in really showing you that, but yeah, just try to make my routine as structured as possible, as efficient as possible for peak performance. However, at the same time, keep that that element of discretion in there to kind of mix things up, be on the charts if I need to be in good environments, like kind of stuff like that. Super important. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. Make sure to tune in on Saturday afternoon, 3 p.m. UK time for the next video, which is gonna be the night routine. So super keen to get into that, show you my preparation for the day ahead and some of the things that I do put in place for sleep as well. So it's gonna be really key. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Catch you all in the next one. And from me and the cow, see you all in the next one.